everyone, and welcome to another video of Eat Well with Allergies. In this video, we'll be making coffee cake. Not just regular pound cake or something like that. Actual coffee flavored cake. So, this recipe is a little different than the other ones I've made because it's an actual cake. So you will need, mine is, I believe, a 9-inch round baking tin, that kind of thing. And if you have bigger or smaller, the baking time will either increase or decrease upon whichever one you have. It's a little different for each one, especially because the ovens are always different, all that kind of stuff. So, let's get started. So, actually, let me just get this off. First, you're gonna need 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and you're gonna need 2 eggs on this. So, I don't know if you can tell this or not, but I have the powder from my eggs in here, so they clump. So that's in there. In my recipe, I actually forgot that there were eggs, so I had to actually check my other recipe. For the wet side, you're gonna need a cup of butter melted. So all of this is hot right now. In this metal bowl, it's hot right now. You're gonna need 3 tablespoons of instant coffee crystals. So, if you pour hot water into a container and then pour coffee crystals in it, it gets a really, really rich coffee flavor. And you do not want to drink this by itself. My sister tried last night when she was trying to clean up a mess. She did not appreciate it. You'll need 1/2 cup of buttermilk, and I explain how, and I'll attach the recipe for buttermilk in the post, so you don't have to do all that. You're gonna need a cup of water. You're gonna need a cup of hot water. So all of this water liquid is wet. Sorry, my iPod just turned down a little. You're gonna need a teaspoon of baking soda, and you're gonna need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay, so let's get started. So basically, I'm gonna mix the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients, as always. So let me get a paper towel so I can put the spoons I have for those, and so I don't have to make such a mess. And before you probably want to mix this together, as you could probably tell by the beeping when I started videoing, you'll want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to pour the wet ingredients in first. Switch over to the other camera. And then I'm going to slowly add the dry ingredients with a whisk. So, and in total, the dry ingredients is about 4 cups or so, because there's like 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar. There's a lot of sugar to counteract the bitterness of the coffee. Sorry, I'm saying a lot of uhs. I woke up really early this morning. And this will be a little thinner than usual, than other batters you might see. But if it's a little thinner, I just go with it. I just bake a little longer until it's done. My recipe says to bake it for 20 to 22 minutes, but that has never worked. So I bake mine for 38 minutes at 350, and that has worked out perfectly. I can already smell the deliciousness. And then the bottom part of the measuring cup is sugar, so it's already the thickest it's gonna probably be. Just want to mix those ingredients in thoroughly. Sorry, when I'm tired, my mouth goes so I can't speak words sometimes. Okay. Let me just get all the stuff on the sides and mix one more time. Okay, as you can see, it's very thin. Very, very, very thin than some cake batters usually are. But I keep letting this happen. We had a little of the melted butter. This keeps happening. Okay, so now I'm gonna put them in the cake pan. So before I started videoing, I basically sprayed them with can spray, and then I just put a couple tablespoons of flour in and then shook it around the edges, around everything. As you can probably see, there's a little oil around that because of the excess of oil. It doesn't really matter. It still works. My grandmother uses Crisco and flour, like shortening and flour. I don't have shortening, and I don't want to waste that much butter. So I use just spray oil. So that has always worked for me. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out the exactness of my weigher, and I'm gonna weigh how much this is right now. So right now this is about 3 pounds 6 ounces. So if you put one of the pans on, it's 3 ounces, and I'm gonna add about 10 ounces of batter to each one, and then see how much I have left. So, sorry if you can't see. Let me position the camera so you can actually see. Okay. Okay, so let me switch off pans. Right now they have about 11, 12 ounces in them. Excuse me. And I have about a little more dough left. So I'm just gonna add a couple more ounces until it's full. Right now it's about a pound and 0.2 ounces. So that's about 16 ounces right now. Do the other one and see how much I have left. So I need 4 more ounces. And I still have plenty more of batter. So I'm just gonna switch off, pour more in, switch off, pour more in to each one. Okay, so that's a pound 4 ounces right now. Okay, that's a excuse me while I wipe off my shirt. The whisk dropped onto my shirt. Casualties of baking. Did I get anything else? And the whisk dropped into the thing, the pan. Of course it did. Okay, so back to actually baking. One of the cake pans has about 1 pound or 16 ounces. 1 pound and 6 ounces. So I'm just gonna pour the rest in here and see how much it is. Okay, and then I'm just gonna pour the rest of this in here. They're a little, maybe 3/4 full, but the thing is that it's mostly water, so it will boil off. So I'm just gonna put them in the oven for 38 minutes exact. That has usually worked out. Try not to burn myself here. That's what I've always feared with cake pans, from holding them from the bottom. Okay, so let me stop that. Put 38 minutes on the timer, and I'll check back in there and put a toothpick in the middle of each of them, and we'll see where we are. So I guess see you in 38 minutes. Okay, so 38 minutes is up. And let me get a toothpick and we'll see if those are done. My mom got this neat little invention where you shake it and the toothpick comes out. And the toothpick just went on the floor. Okay, so if I time this right, it should be clean, both of them. And it is. So let me get the other mitt, and I'll pull those out. And I'm gonna let these cool in the pan for about 5 minutes or so. Then I'm gonna put them on a cooling rack, and let them cool completely. But the thing is that in this video, I'm not showing you how to ice them because not everyone in my family is a coffee lover. Only my mom, my brother, and me. So I'm actually gonna freeze this for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna let it cool completely, then put it in a Ziploc bag, push all the air out of it, and let it freeze for about 2 weeks. And then for icing wise, I usually do store-bought vanilla icing, and I just add some coffee crystals in, and it's so good. I would like to eat the icing by itself, but it's not that there. It's not very healthy. Okay, so that's basically the video. So for this video, I'm going to attach, as I said before, attach the coffee cake recipe and the buttermilk recipe since it requires buttermilk. So I'll attach the buttermilk in the Facebook post, and I'll also attach the Facebook link for my channel to the description in the YouTube box. So please like, subscribe, share, please share. I want to get this out there as much as I can. Like, share, subscribe, follow, all that kind of stuff. Like, there's too many to name in a single minute without forgetting one of them. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Oh, I almost forgot. For this week, you guys choosing what I make the next time. The choice is between caramel apple pie and pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. So they're a little bit Thanksgiving themed. Pumpkin chocolate chip cookies instead of, I guess, most of the liquid. I haven't actually tried the recipe before, so that'll be a new one. It's using pumpkin puree for the flavor, and for the apple caramel, you are using caramel with apples, and I actually, you can actually freeze apples. So I learned that a couple days ago. So I basically cut them up into slices or cubes, whatever you want, and I let them soak in a bath of water and lemon juice. I let soak for 5 minutes in 8 cups of water and 4 cups of lemon, or not 4 cups, 4 tablespoons of lemon juice for 5 minutes, and then I froze them completely, and then I cut them up and put them in little bags because my family was not going to eat them. So there was no point in letting Granny Smith apples go to waste. So that is basically the video, like I said before. And I will post in Facebook, what would you rather have me make, blank or blank, and please comment in below your votes, or you can do it via YouTube, any kind of thing like that. If I'm gonna make this implement, I actually have to get it working besides one person voting. So please vote. Okay, see you next time.